Hey guys, Andy with the Rooted Arborists and Rooted Arbor Care right here in St. Louis. We're at the 2023 TCI Expo, and we were talking to Joe Leonardi with Leonardi Manufacturing about one of my favorite products in the rigging world, the Leonardi LFM. So that stands for Leonardi Friction Management Device. So Joe, give me a little heads up, kind of what was the brainchild behind this, and when did you decide that, hey, we need something like this in the market?
Yeah, we just started looking at, the different friction devices that are out there, and we also wanted to make sure we had something that we could shorten the line real quick and be able to pull with it and tow, and we started working on it, and then you came across Andy and helped us kick it over the fence and finish it and really hone it in and really, get it to be the great product that it is now.
Yeah, for sure. So a little background with this one from our side. We wrote an article about rigging a few years ago with TCI Mag, and Tony, Joe's cousin, reached out to ask if we were interested in trying a prototype that they had, and we did, and we loved a lot of aspects of it that was built around this piece right here, the actual friction bollard itself. And then we just started kind of fine-tuning some of the tree mounts just to kind of get it to fit some of our unique needs. And this is, I think, generation 4, I think is what we're at on here. And we've really narrowed the footprint. We've the guys over at Leonardi have strengthened it, and we've put some features like this right here, which is an awesome tether for any type of lifting device. If we're trying to lift branches up or lift leads up, instead of using a traditional porter wrap, we have a fixed anchor here that is repeatable. That's the big thing with this device. Everything we do, if we're roping, adding friction, lifting, everything is repeatable. There's no variance in this thing. So because we have this large platform, what are we on this, 8 inches or 6 inches?
6. That's
we got the 6-inch diameter bollard. We have almost no heat issues with transfer. So that really cuts down on the amount of hockling that our ropes experience. And because there's no narrow neck that we actually put our rope in, you can work from either side of the bollard, and there's no limitations to what you can do. If you want to take a small hook for a small friction, or do 2 or 3 wraps, work on either side of the actual hitch receiver itself, you can do that, and you can really dial it in. The best part of that, from a trainer's perspective, because we're doing so many large removals, if you were to go 1 wrap too heavy or 1 wrap too light, because we have so much surface area, you can kind of save yourself. If I'm too heavy, I can just go kind of an open hand for the most part, apply very minimal hand pressure, and it's still going to run pretty well. If I'm a little light, because we have so much surface area, I can just add a little bit of hand friction, and I can really slow it down. So that's really increased the training turnover time for guys when we're rigging large wood. I know Joe also is pretty excited about the truck mounts that I don't have a whole lot of experience with, but up in the Northeast where he's working, especially with municipal crews, they have a lot of cause for this. So again, same bollard, which is what it's all built around, with different applications. So what do we have over here?
Pintle connector, and it makes it super easy. You can hook on to the back of the bucket truck, and the bucket's right there in the action, so it gives you, and it kind of self-aligns, and it works really well. And then if you also need a separate rigging point or an additional rigging point, you can use the tree mount. And it just gives you a lot of versatility.
The other thing that I can envision guys doing, at least in our area, we've seen guys actually have hitch receivers bolted onto the back of their rear mount trucks. Yeah. So if you wanted a fixed system without a pintle, you can kind of affix it to any heavy object that already has a pintle receiver or just a standard hitch receiver. So no matter what your application is, it's pretty easy to get this thing in the field ready to go. Oh, there's my hand right there. Yeah. There we go. But we've loved it just because of the versatility, the portability, the utility, and here's the big thing, guys, it's the cost. So traditional porter wraps, a large porter wrap that's going to fit the bill for heavy rigging operations, by the time you have the porter wrap in a sling, you're looking in that mid-$300 range. The issue with it is it's an incomplete product. It doesn't really fulfill all the needs we want, at least to the level that I expect from our tools. The inverse to that is the higher end ratcheting bollards and all those things that are going to push you well past the $3,000 price point, which is out of reach for a lot of people and not necessary for most applications. So the beauty of this is you're kind of getting the utility of a porter wrap for around what? For the tree mount and the bollard, we're looking mid-7s, I believe, somewhere in that range.
750.
Yeah, so it's a much more palatable number, but it still gives us some of those traditional features of the larger ratcheting bollard devices. We have a lifting point. We have a large 4-inch truck-style hitch wrap to go around the tree. So that just gives us a lot of those features at a fourth of the cost. So it's definitely worth looking out on. We have one on 2 of our trucks now, no matter what. We use it in conjunction with GRCS. We use them standalone. I know one thing we don't have on our trucks anymore, and that's a porter wrap. This has completely removed the need for us on a porter wrap. You set it on the tree, it's good for the rest of the day. You cannot damage the tree in large pruning operations because we don't have any flex or movement in our bollard. It's fixed, you set it and forgive it, and it gives you the same repeatable option every single time. That's Leonardi friction management device with Leonardi manufacturing. So not just stump teeth anymore, they're going all the way in to provide multiple solutions for tree care guys.